Hello, 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 and good morning. Welcome to Awakening the Force Yoga with me, Cecily Guest, on Facebook Live. It is Wednesday, and we are in Antioch, California. Hi, everybody, and thank you for joining in. Go ahead and give me a few waves and likes and thumbs up and hearts. Let me know that you're out there and ready to go. I'm on the carpet, I'm on my blanket, and we're ready to jump it off on this Wednesday, September the 2nd. We're just going along. Hey, now I remind everybody that, and I've been bad. I am going to say I've been bad. I have not downloaded on YouTube in a minute, but you know what? I'm going to promise. I got like to do 4 or 5 downloads onto YouTube. Look, I still got my socks on. If you're looking for me on YouTube, you want to get these classes downloaded, they're on YouTube at Yogi Cecily. And don't forget, I'm on Instagram Live now, Tuesday, Thursday, and Friday at 12 noon. On Instagram, I'm Cecily_Yogi, and I'm doing Tuesday, Thursday at noon with a class I really like, Yoga Core. So it's like a lot of abdominals, pranayama breathing, and yoga postures. It's really, really good. And then on Friday, I do the alignment yoga. And the alignment yogas I do leave on Instagram, on IGTV, because those are sort of lecture based. Now the yoga core, here's the thing, Tuesday, Thursday, 12 noon, Instagram Live. I am not saving those. So you're on, you jump off. It's like the little trolleys that go through the city. Jump on, jump off. It'll be there Thursday for you, but I'm not holding those anywhere. So those are just for us to work out together. and then it just goes off into the ether, and we'll do it again. So that's Tuesdays and Thursdays at 12 noon on Instagram Live, where I am Cecily_Yogi. These are all social media classes, donation based, and you can donate to venmo.com/Cecily-guest, CECILYGUEST, like a guest in your home. But of course, I want to encourage more of you to hit me up on my website, Cecily'sYogaRetreats.com, because that is where you can get into my bookable classes, and that is where you can book private sessions with me. And I am having such great results with my clients in the private sessions. I'm training people in France, I'm training people in New York, I'm training people, of course, here in California, and then they can travel. So some of my clients are traveling and they just take me with them wherever they are. So that'll work out for you. So hit me up at Cecily'sYogaRetreats.com. All right. This is Awakening the Force Yoga, and I promise to keep all of this preamble down to 10 minutes. So we have to get into a reading, and then we have to get into some breath work. This reading comes from a pretty dense book. I don't recommend for people. It is The Yoga Tradition, Its History, Literature, Philosophy, and Practice by George Firestein. And he has written a lot of books, a lot of manual and text. He's also the editor of the Shambhala Encyclopedia of Yoga. So this is the real deal. And for my new instructors out there, you got your 200-hour teacher training. I highly recommend for you to keep on reading. This is a great book for you. This is chapter 18, Yoga as Spiritual Alchemy. Okay, that's already talking to me. Yoga as spiritual alchemy. Listen, alchemy is sort of a science. So we're not talking about being like religious. The idea is we're going to do something in alchemy that's going to create a spiritual benefit. You see what I'm saying? So yoga as spiritual alchemy, the philosophy and practice of Hatha Yoga. Hatha Yoga is all the physical practices. You're doing asana, you're doing breathing. That's Hatha Yoga, right? Right on. So I'm just going to read a little bit right here in the beginning. Chapter 18. The human body is not what it appears to be. It appears to be a limited, mobile digestive tube. We only need to relax or meditate to discover that this popular materialistic stereotype is untrue, for it is then that we begin to discover the energy dimension of the body and the deep space of consciousness. As the hard boundaries that we normally draw around ourselves dissolve, we feel more alive and enter a world of greater experiential intensity. Relaxation and meditation replace our ordinary body image with an experience of ourselves as a fluid process that is connected with the larger, vibrant whole. In this experience, the boundaries of the ego lose their rigidity. Quantum physics tells us that everything is interconnected and that the idea that I am a separate physical entity is an illusion. It tells us, moreover, that the so-called objective world is a hallucination, a projection of that imagery point of subjectivity within us. We are slow in acknowledging the profound practical applications of quantum physical view, obviously because it requires us to make far-reaching and demanding changes in the way we think of ourselves and our universe. I'm just going to end it there. There's a little bit more to that paragraph, but there's already a lot right there. Hey, there's already a lot right there. A lot. Let's breathe. I'm going to go ahead and put my left foot in front of my right. In front is cool. I like in front. On top is cool. And yes, I'm sitting up on a block, which allows me to get this wider separation of my knees and a little more turn down of the front shin bone. So sit up on a block, sit up on a blanket. I don't care. Let's breathe. Why do we breathe? So he said it just right there. There's a greater whole. And there's no better way to get into the alchemy of spirituality than breathing. Now, you might not be looking for spirituality. Let's say you're looking for a higher physical performance. You're an athlete, or you're a yogi, a hatha yogi. You're going to have to start with breath, and you're going to have to start with contemplating not only the chemical properties of the inhale and the exhale, but then also the metaphysical and quantum physical aspects of a breath. Listen, there you were in your mother's womb, right? And then you come out, and what's the first most important thing that you do is inhale. And we all know what happens at the end. The last thing that you will do is an exhale. There it is. So all of human existence is contained in the inhale and the exhale. If you master that, the idea in yoga is if you master breathing, you're going to master it all. So we have the inhale and the exhale, but there's some stuff in between. There's some other stuff going on. I'm going to bake a cake for you. So there's the flour, eggs, sugar, baking soda. But then the mingling and the baking. The mingling and the baking. That's what we do with the breath. We draw it in and it mingles. The longer you hold it in, the longer you can hold it in while it's mingling. This is what I like to call meditative breath work. It's almost like a wine taster. You got to draw it in. You've got to hold it while it's mingling. And the more you can be aware of everything that's happening during the mingling and then, the slow, concentrated, mindful exhale. Then it's all done and you stop. And you wait. You wait for the signal, you wait for an urgency. There is something that commands you to inhale. This is what I want people to get down with. exhale, and you just stop. I mean, you can go a while without inhaling. You notice that? It's kind of interesting. So why? Why do we even breathe again? Why do we even inhale again? You're commanded to do so because of chemistry. There's a deficit of oxygen, and your body can go quite a long while, but then it must inhale. And this is what we want to control. We want to control these minglings, and we want to understand when and why the urgency to inhale again. I've been sitting with the left in front of the right. We're just going to switch back to the right in front of the left. Now, there's some other things that go on, and we're going to do this very, very simply. Just take your thumb on your right nostril and just breathe through the left. And just keep doing that. And there's some stuff in your nose. I don't want to get into it. There's some specialized soft tissue in your nose that is as sophisticated as your tongue. Yes, your tongue is very sophisticated. We're going to breathe 2 more times just this way. Inhale. Exhale. Yep. Inhale. And exhale. Don't want to make a big deal out of it. I just want to very quickly show you all what's possible. Now, listen, don't freak out on this. Just take your pinky. Just take your pinky finger and put it here. Now then take the next finger, the ring finger. It's as simple as that. And put them both there. Don't freak out. Don't make it complicated. All right? And we're just going to breathe through the right side. Inhale. Exhale. Now, a friend of mine, we've been talking and chatting about this book called Breathe by a man. His last name is Nestor. It's a short book. Give me 1 more breath this way and exhale. That's it. This is what I want to tell you all, my friends out there. This is the Cecily guest effect on everything. This is my approach on everything. Before you start making things complicated, do it 100 times. You want to do handstands? Practice 100 handstands a day. You got to practice. But you're saying, but Cecily, I can't do a handstand. Well, you got to kick up every day 100 times. 100 every day. And then after that, after a month, 2 months, 3 months of that, then we can talk about the experience. This is what I think is happening in most things in the world. People try it once and they go, oh, I can't do that. You know what I mean? And then yes, I know you're going to go to your YouTubes, you're going to go where people are explaining things. You have not experienced it enough to be in the conversation. I am sorry. I'm sorry. It's like a wine taster. You got to taste a lot of wine before you can go into the conversation. Now, most people just read a little bit and then they all start talking about oak and barreling and tannins. And you don't know what you're talking about for real. Come on, your tongue is a very sophisticated instrument. You have to try and try and try. And most of you are just getting drunk. Go ahead, put your left foot in front of the right. Let's finish. Am I over time? I'm already over my limit, 10 minutes. Let's do the breathing again. Same hand, thumb. So we need to do this 100 times. We're just doing 5. Just give me 3 more. And I'm not going to try to make it complicated for you. Give me just 2 more. And just give me 1 more. That's 5. Don't make it complicated. Pinky finger goes here. Ring finger, use them both. Here we breathe 5. Give me 2 more. Give me 1 more. That's it, okay? So I'm going to come off my block. We're going to face the right side of the room and stretch the legs out. All right? Now you do that, some of you are already getting winded, some of you are all getting kind of like a nice heady feeling, and that's nice and that's right. So I don't want to make the breathing complicated. I know that's what you're going to go and do. You're going to try and understand it before you do it. Listen, I want to give you a couple of more things to think about. So I'm just taking into a forward fold. I'm just taking that breath. Inhale back and exhale forward fold. There are a lot of people in the world who breathe deeply. Okay. There's some of you out there smoke the ganja. You smoke the ganja. Take the hands back. Now, I don't smoke, but I do find it fascinating that there's a practical application. Take your right hand here and twist. As you're going to twist towards me and then breathe, twist towards me. There's something that, especially the people who are smoking the Mary Jane, the ganja, spiritually, there's something that they do that is beyond fascinating, and they enjoy the mingling. And so what is that? What do I mean? They inhale, and then what do they do? They let it out almost mysteriously. Yeah? Let's switch sides. You're going to be twisting away from me. Isn't that interesting? Some of you have done that. Some of you out there have done that. So, as a yogi, I've always known and understood what they were doing. Now, as a yogi, I'm talking about understanding the physical, the quantum physicality of that. Let's roll onto your back and give your knees a hug. So what I'm going to say, the chemistry or the quantum physicality of that, take your legs up, and we're going to touch up, touch up, touch up. Lift your head and shoulders. Here we go. Touch. And I just think it's so cool because the smoke is there. So in some of these spiritual practices, the smoke is thought to hold or represent a spiritual realm. And I just think that's so awesome because, of course, the smoke is visible. You know, I mean, you can actually see it as a material property. And so that's kind of cool. So they're saying, here, take this smoke, hold it in, understand, be aware of, and feel the mingling. Give me 8 more touches. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. And then give the knees a hug and relax. Let's do alternating these switches. So, all right, so you don't have to go very far to see how early people, Aboriginal people, tribal people, would take material properties in the world, smoke, cooked and fermented essences, ayahuasca, and wine, and attach spiritual properties and create ceremony. Give me 8 more of these. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Give your knees a hug and relax. Inhale, exhale, roll forward. Good, good, good. We're going to lift a leg and stretch. Hold on to the back of the right calf. Let it fall. Inhale, exhale. Continue. Inhale, exhale. And so it's kind of strange as modern people. Let's just be aware as yogis, you know, on this channel and this feed, let's be aware of yogis that what has been taken out of the modern world is people smoke to get high. Nothing spiritual. I mean, people come out of it like, whoa, man, I was on a trip and, you know. But there's like something void of any attachment to something greater. Everybody's just on their own high. Yeah. We're going to cross this foot over the top and add a little bit of a forward fold. So I'm not going to go into a lotus binding. I just cross the foot on top as best I can and go into a forward fold. And I'm just putting my elbow down on the block. So you get into a little bit of a forward fold and you use the block, put your elbow there. Some of you can get your elbow down to the floor, and that's cool, awesome. And then, you know, people will exercise and go, oh man, that was such a high. Boy, I was in the zone. You know, and people get drink for the buzz. And now you can see as yogis, the wisdom of ancient people. They were like, there's some stuff going on when we drink this. There's some stuff going on when we smoke this. And they just said that these chemicals, really, you know, these drinks or whatever, allow us to feel connected. You know, Jason Silva, I have to go on, and I go on to Jason Silva, and then I have to take a break from Jason Silva because it's too much. And then I'll go away for a month or two, and then I'll go back to Jason Silva, and I'm like, good Lord, that man's got it. I mean, he really explains it so clearly. It's connectivity. So I want to think that spiritual people were using these things ceremonially to enhance connectivity. It's as simple as that. It's as simple as that. So oxygen, breathing, breath practices, pranayama, oxygen, carbon dioxide, these are chemicals in the body. Breath work, pranayama are considered to be energetic. Prana is energy, life force energy. Prana, you might as well say it's the back and forth, it's the chemical exchange. Pranayama is the chemical, quantum physical exchange of oxygen and carbon dioxide. It's a back and forth, it's the yin and the yang, we need them both. You can't just inhale, it's not just the oxygen. Yes, good. So we're in this forward fold, good, and release. All right. Let's get rid of the blanket and get into some traditional asana. I'm going to get rid of that. And I'm down on my carpet. And carpet is nice for the knees. Let's just go ahead and bring the right knee to the nose and inhale it up. Exhale it to the nose and inhale it up. And exhale. And I also just see, I'm just kind of going on about all this stuff because I really want my students to understand more than just these physical practices. So I am using these classes just to continue to talk and clarify things for you. Now then, let's look at exercise. Let's look at what we've done to movement and exercise. What does everybody want? Burn those calories, baby. You know, am I burning calories? Am I burning I got to get my workout in. I've gained my COVID 15 pounds. Look how we have separated ourselves. We've isolated ourselves so that the exercise is only something that is relative to us. I'm going to hold on to the right foot. We consider it as something that's only relative to us as an individual. And we don't think of it as any connectivity to something greater. 3, 2, and 1. Going to take that right foot out in front and give it a bit of a hamstring stretch. Isn't that strange? Meanwhile, we all now know, because the gyms are closed, we clearly know that something greater was happening. When we all exercise together, when we practice yoga together, there was something happening. How do I know this? Because people who are doing yoga 3 and 5 times a week aren't doing it at all Now that we can't be together, people are like, I'm not into it. There it is right there. That is how you know that something else was going on. You're going to work out differently in a group because you feel the group intention. You can't measure it. Yeah? There's we're going to go into Prasarita Padottanasana. Wiggle your feet and place your hands on your thighs and squat. We're going to stand up and inhale. Oh, I love this back bend. Then squat down, exhale. Again, up, up, up as you're inhaling and down. I read something a long time ago, and this is weird. Inhale and exhale. You're probably not going to like it, but give me two more. Inhale and exhale. And it said, inhale, one of the 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10 senses. There are people that say there are that many senses. Let's go to the other side and work your left leg. There, you can read about the additional senses that we have. And there is said to be a sense that allows you to know who you're in a room with, because when people exhale, we rather imbibe some property of that person, right? So every time you exhale, think of exhaling like shedding. Like when you exhale, you're shedding just a teensy bit of DNA. And there's said to be a sense that allows you to experience and evaluate. Give me two more of these. And you know who you're dealing with. And that we have lost that sense. There's some people say, like a Helen Keller, and people who have lost some other sense. The way dogs do this, obviously other animals, they can walk into a room, they can taste. There are animals that literally rather taste the room, snakes and things like that. And it's said that human beings have absolutely lost an awareness. Hamstring stretching, left leg out. That's fascinating to me. So we have this phenomenal brain that can do all of these things, and we just keep approaching stuff as if we don't know what it is. So the same thing is with breath. We continuously approach breath as if we don't know what it is, but that's impossible. Of course we know what it is. We're already doing it. But the thing is we're not doing the alchemy. We're not doing the awareness. We're not doing the study. We're not doing the repetitions. What is the Cecily effect? 100 repetitions. Exhale. I'm not saying that they have to be big. Exhale. Right? But that you're going to approach something at least 100 times a day if you wish to even discuss it. It's called practice. One more of these. Inhale into your back bend. Great, great, great. Exhale. And we're 30 minutes in, which means now it's time for sun salutes. We're going to turn to the right. Great, good. Take your pedal pushers, right and left and right and left. Pedal pushers, right and left. Get it going, right and left, right and left. Give it 4 and 3 and 2 pedal pushers and 1. Nice. Walk your hands back to your feet. Good, good, good. Let's take the monkey pose, the monkey squat, right? Feet are hips width apart. Nice, beautiful flat back. You're sitting back, reach forward. Some people will call this a skier's position. All right, we're going to pulse and exhale. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale, forward bend. And we do it again. Sit back. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Inhale, exhale. Forward fold. Again, let's do just once more. Sitting back, the skier. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and forward fold. Listen carefully, walk your hands out, but just halfway. Put your left foot more in the center, take your right leg up. We're chopping into the air, up, 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 and up. Keep this going, up. Now, some of you can hold on. You might have the ability to hold on and stretch way down to the left leg, up and up. Take 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Step your right foot forward in the lunge. Yeah. Great. So now you're going to open up that hip flexor. Lunge. We're going to sweep it back. Sweep it back. Inhale. Step forward. Big lunge. See, I push the foot back. Exhale. I step the foot in and sweep up. Inhale and forward. Give me 2 more of these. Back, inhale, sweep forward. Exhale, give me 1 more. Yeah, and step it forward. Excellent, marvelous, plank pose. 5 shoulder taps. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5. 1 chaturanga, coming right up. 1 upward facing dog, coming right up. And the downward facing dog. Yay. Well, let's stay facing this way. Take your left foot, step it forward, go to crescent warrior. Lift up, raise the arms. Way. And breathe. 3 and 2 and 1. Prayer position over the left leg. Twist. And we're going to do that 4 more times. We're going to go up into the crescent and down into the twist. So you're going up. Inhale. Twist. Exhale. You're going up. Inhale. Twist. Exhale. We got 3 more. Up. Work it out. Your legs are burning. I know they are. Twist. And 2 more. Up. And twist. And 1 more. Up. Woo-hoo. And twist. I like it. Plank pose. Give me 5 shoulder taps. 1 and 2, 3 and 4 and 5. 1 chaturanga coming up. 1 upward facing dog. Great. And downward dog. We'll lift your right leg. Step it forward. Come through the center. And let's sit into a lateral lunge on the right side. Hold. Breathe. Breathe. 3. Let it settle down. 2. Yes, let it settle down to you're almost sitting. And 1. Okay, go to the left side. Going to the other side, downward facing dog. Pedal pushers. 8, 7, 6, 5. I love 4, 3. I love morning yoga. 2 and 1. Excellent. Good. Walk your hands back. Feet are hips width apart. And we're sitting back into the skier's squat. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and forward fold. Now I have to be careful. Sometimes I'm squatting too low. So I actually want this to be more of a flat back with a 90-degree behind the knee. But I don't mind if you want to squat way down. Some of you can get your bottom further down. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And that's showing a lot of hip mobility. So sometimes I just do a little bit of both. Sometimes I try to get the skier. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And forward fold. And let's go ahead and do 1 more of these anyway. Yes, so 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. And a forward fold. All right, you're going to walk your hands a little bit forward. You're going to step your left foot a little bit forward. And then you're going to raise the right leg. Well, we're just going to pump, pump, pump it up. I give my clients this. I give a lot of my clients this drill. Right? It's really not about the upper leg. It's really about the straightness of this leg and the forward fold. So I'm going to hold on to that leg, right? And up, 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 and up, up, and up again, up, 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 and up, 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 and up. Keep going. I think I did the wrong leg. Yes, you keep going. You figured it out. I know. My students are like Cecily. No. Up and up, 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 and up. 8, 7, 6, and 5, 4, and 3, and 2, and 1. You're going to step forward and then push back in the lunge. Inhale, yes, and then sweep the left leg up. Step forward, lunge, inhale, and then sweep the leg up and up. So we're just going to go back and forth 3 more. Inhale and exhale, up and up, and stepping through. Yes, 2 more. Inhale and exhale, up and up. Good. 1 more. Into the lunge. Inhale. Yeah, and stretch it up, up, and up. All right, 1 plank. 5 shoulder taps. 1 and 2, 3, 4, and 5. 1 chaturanga. All right. 1 upward facing dog. I love it. And the downward facing dog. That'll work. Good. The left leg will lift and step forward. Lunge. And we take the arms up into the crescent warrior. I'm just all mixed up. It's the other way. Right foot forward. Thank you. Some of you are out there like, oh, was she drinking wine before the class? Too much oxygen. Arms up. Now prayer position twist. There we go. That's the one we want. So arms go up, inhale. And exhale, twist. And inhale. And thank you for, some of my students have very graciously acknowledged, they're like, how do you know right and left and you're turning everything around? And sometimes I don't know. And I just hope that you're following the best of your ability, right? We're going to do this once more. Inhale. Yeah. And exhale, twist. Awesome. 1 plank pose, please. 5 shoulder taps. 1 and 2, 3 and 4 and 5. 1 chaturanga. And the upward facing dog. Feels so good. And the downward facing dog. Great, great, great. Inhale and exhale. Good, good, good. Well, go ahead. Take your left foot, lift. Step it forward to the lunge. Face towards me. And we're going to stand all the way up, inhaling. And Anjali Mudra, a prayer position. We step in with the right foot and go to half moon pose on the right. Inhale, exhale. Circle, please, the top arm circle up. Again, circle up. Yeah, circle up. Well, it's a balance. Circle up. I'm going to keep this going. 4 more. 4, you can reverse the circle if you want, right? 3, circle up. Breathe, breathe. 2, circle up. And a 1, circle up and hold. Such a difficult pose. Yes, Denise. Yes, Denise. I know. I know. Listen, you must tell this leg to lift. 3, 2, 1, good. Come on up, let's inhale, open the arms. Exhale, Prasarita, Padottanasana. Any Prasarita you like. Can hold onto the toes, the ankles. Draw down in the stretch. 3, and 2. Yep. And 1. All right. Wiggle in, stand all the way up, inhaling. Hands in prayer. Good, we step in. So sometimes people will say, oh, this hip, it's so tight. You might feel like it's burning. The standing leg is burning. But you have to know it's not burning because it's tight. It's burning because the muscles are actually being used to support you. This is a very intense pose because the body is in a cantilever. It's sort of cantilevered over the standing leg. And that's what's up. It's the standing leg. It's not really what your arms are doing. It's about the standing leg. You can reverse that circle, take 4 more. 4. So you feel that. 3. And you've got to lift this leg to create separation. Yeah. And 1. Good. Hold. 3 and 2. So the entire operation is out of the standing leg. And 1. Come on up. Whoa. Inhale. Exhale. Forward fold. Prasarita. Padottanasana. Yeah. Now we didn't do the lateral sit on the left side, so I want to get back to that. A very interesting and unique position. So we're going to go sitting on the left. Many people can get here. That's cool. I got a little turnout in that toe, so you're going to start to see the knee come out. And you're going to see me push out wider. The lower I want to sit, the more I actually have to push that foot away. It's very interesting. It took me a minute to learn that, to realize that, oh, I have to get that leg longer if I really intend to sit. All right, let's go to the right side, Chaturanga Vinyasa. Inhale, exhale. Inhale to your upward dog, and down dog, exhale. Wonderful, marvelous. Right leg lift, step forward lunge, warrior 2. Bring it up. And hands in prayer. Now this is something that I learned a technique called Bagua, like very, very simple Bagua, which is also sometimes known as or called Chinese boxing. Not quite it, but sometimes it's called that. And so sometimes I will call this the Chinese warrior. And the idea is instead of looking towards this knee, all of the focus is actually going towards the rear. And then what I learned is the arms make what is called the lion's mouth, which is this kind of box. I think I had to think of it as a kind of box that you're holding. Yeah. And ideally, the top fingertips are more forward than the lower ones. So it's not this, it's that. So difficult. Come on up, inhale to the left side, Chaturanga Vinyasa. So some of you know I love the application of martial arts and yoga and martial arts. And I'm enjoying looking at some of the comedic yoga postures. Take your left leg lift. Right? I'm not a yoga purist, so since I'm a personal trainer, being a personal trainer doesn't allow me to be a yoga purist. Does that make sense? Yeah, I'm looking at how the body is working. I'm looking at what the body can do. Got a lot of joints in the body. Yeah? So to make the Chinese warrior, first thing is you turn your focus away from this knee. And then you make a box and lean, all right? And then your goal is to get the top fingertips more forward and right. So you made this box. Good, and come on up. Inhale. Let's do that one again, to the right side, Chaturanga Vinyasa. And this is I'm feeling fantastic stimulation in my joints, the leg joints, ankle, knee, right leg lift, step the right foot forward, turn towards me, and let's go to the left in the lateral sit. So if you ever do one of my flow classes, I go to a lateral sit here. So I'm going to lateral sit here. I come up through the center and to a right side Virabhadrasana 2. And that becomes Chinese warrior on the left. And then the chaturanga goes on the left, because that's what we're dealing with. Now this is, for morning practice, this might be a lot for some of you, but we're only going to do it once more. Good, left leg's going to lift and step. I face you and sit into the right side lateral sit. And you can use a block. You could be sitting on a block. And come up center, all right? Thundercats, whoa, and then it becomes a left side warrior two. And then I just take the lion's mouth to the right. So there's a lot of like twisting, energetic twisting and mobility, almost in all of the joints, because you do have to externally also rotate your arms and then get into your oblique abdominals. It's so fantastic. Right side chaturanga vinyasa, and that's the last of all of that. Upward facing dog, inhale. Yep. And downward dog, exhale. Super. Well, come on down and bend your knees. I'm going to sit on a block and catch my breath. Great. Well, I just want to finish today's class with yet another thing that we don't always like, but it's actually really good for us in the morning, is some back bending. So we're just going to go in stages. Nothing too tragic. So stop at any point and, just be aware of how it feels. What I do now is when I'm doing physical work, almost anything actually, is when I don't like something, first I become aware of that. I'm totally trying to avoid it. Like even if it's an awkward phone call, I actually nowadays have to kind of sit and just say, I don't like it. I'm not going to like it. So I just let go of any idea of like improving the conversation, whatever it is. It's not going to improve. It's like pepper or bitter, like radicchio or something, like, you know what I mean? So I just go, this is what it is. This is what it's going to be. And then you just go ahead and start working on it, right? So back bending. First thing I want to do is, hopefully you're sitting on a block. If not, maybe you're sitting on your heels. And you place your hands on your feet. And actually, we're just going to bend at the elbows and lean back. See that little bit of a bend at the elbows, right? It's not a lot of bend. If I straighten my arms, I go forward. If I let my elbows bend, I go back. Inhale, exhale. For many people, this is it. Inhale, exhale. You see the contraction in my triceps. And the shoulders, the rear shoulders get a little bit of work. The rhomboids get a little bit of work. Let's do one more. Inhale and exhale. So what we want to do is we want to have the complementing posture, which is the rabbit's pose. The hands can go back with your ankles. The back is quite round, or the arms can go overhead. Now we're going to do all of that again, but I'm going to add stuff. And this time I'm going to sit, I'm actually sitting between my feet. That's not for everybody, to get that deeply down between the feet. And we're going to do the same thing. So I put my hands on my feet. But this time, as I push up, my hips are going to go forward. I'm going to go into what looks like a camel, like a very early and simple camel. And I'm really just trying to get my buttocks to go up and then back down. I'm not thinking back bend. 4 more. 4, right? And down. You notice I'm actually just looking forward, right? And 3. And down. You notice I'm kind of leaning back a little bit, right? 2. And sit, sit, sit. And 1. So this is opening the hip sockets in the front. And down. Then we do the complementary pose. The rabbit's pose, early inversion, kind of like you're going into an inversion. Let your shoulders relax, let your back round. Some of you might want a little baby inversion, something like this. That's cool. not necessary. Some of you can go on to full inversion. And we're going to sit back up, and we're going to do a twisted camel. So now we're lifted, hands in prayer. Come on, twist towards me. And you know, this hand is just going to fall back to your foot. It's not even a back bend. Yes? I mean, it is, but you know, you're just touching your own foot and prayer. Good. Inhale, go the other way. And inhale. And just once more each side. And last one. Oy, 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 oy. Good. Now, of course, you can go to your full camel if you wish. You can open up your arms, and you're trying to find as much back as you like. Yes, as much back as you like. 5, 4, 3, 2. Goodness, goodness, goodness. And a 1. And to finish, we go into that mini headstand, that little rabbit's pose, and this is going to finish us for today. So that nice back bending, your body really appreciates it. And then some of you have a full inversion or a miniature Shirsasana. And I highly recommend don't taking the feet up, just squeeze the knees in. 3, 2, because this is going to take you right to the child's pose. Yay, and that's our class for today. Woo. Well, as usual, I try to pack in a lot. You all go ahead, stretch yourselves out, get into your Shavasana, get yourself ready to finish. I have my refresher spray. I get you. I'm going to close out the class with a Gayatri chant. Same thing, singing. Something else is going on. It's part of our nature to sing. Om bu bhuva suvaha tat savitu varenim Bhargo devasya dhimahi dhiyo yo na prachodayat. Om. The light in me sees and recognizes the light in you, and for that we say namaste. We'll be back next week. Don't forget on Saturdays at 12 noon, you'll get the full Flow Yoga Mob Vinyasa Yoga. That is now on Saturdays at 12 noon, Facebook Live. I hope to see you then. Bye.